Hello and welcome on AppPort Academy for Android. Today we will go through second part of TicTacToe game. So let me share my screen. Today we will have a look at how to set up the binding, how to create and fill board variable, prepare the start game and hook it to our button start game, how to add XO functionality on each and every button that we created previously, and how to implement check rules. Before we start, I believe it should, with the binding, we will start with the binding. Here, I'm showing you how the binding is set up. All you need to do is just to go to build.gradle of your app, and in the Android, add build feature, ViewBindings true. Prior the start, I will also share with you how the current activity layout looks like. I did just tiny polishing here on the game status and start new game. So you still see here that I have linear layout, which has a text view, it has a button, and otherwise it's multiple binary linear layout with the buttons, button 1 to 9. This is straightforward, no changes here. So let's go back to main activity, and here we can start with the setup of the binding. Binding. The next step is to hook it into code. Inflator. Right, it's working. This way we set up the binding and we have access to everything. The step number 2 is to fill our board variable. We need it in order to have simple and easy access to all these buttons that we have here. I will create variable for board, and it is every list of buttons. A list of buttons, and let's control how board. Once I have the board, all I need to do is just to call add, and because I already have the binding, all I can do directly to edit this way. I know this code doesn't look really great, but we were not previously showing you how to generate the views and how to add them. We will do it in the next lesson. So please be patient to try it this way. And on the next lessons, we will show you how to redo the code. The same way, the same pace also for the layout, which we're currently using linear layout, but we will eventually show you how to take this existing game and redo it to constraint layout. Here I'm going to fill my board. Okay, board is filled. The next time I need to prepare the start new game button functionality. For that, all I need to do is just create another function which will actually handle everything. Start game. So what it will do, first you see it probably should go from the top, and if there is something in the game status, I should clear it. Binding. I forgot to name it. So let's go back here and just put ID. Status. And make it empty. Awesome. So the status is empty. The next step should be when I'm playing the game, I probably should somewhere have the notion that the game itself is running or is available. So let's create a variable which will hold it for us. Okay. True, and I also would like to be able to keep information about which player should play next. So this way, player X means that if the player X is true, I will be putting on the button X. As we are playing TicTacToe, there are not that many options, either X or O. With this, I can set player X to be true because I always want to start with the same player, which is the player X. And I need to also clear the board if there are any previous values. For that, I can use for each cycle, which will go through all buttons and set their text to empty value. Once I'm done with everything, I can set game is running back to true. Okay, start the game. Now I just need to hook it up. Start game, set on click listener. And my on-click listener will call my new method, which I created starting game. Okay. Done with this one. The next step is to prepare the functionality for adding X and O actions into the game buttons. So let's start with the functionality itself. We'll just call it actions, and input will be the button. Because I will be adding the functionality to that given button. So when I click on the button, I probably should verify that there is something or not. Should that be changing if the value already exists there? So let's do it. If text is not blank, what I will do, I will just return. Also, if the game is not running, I should also do nothing, even if I'm clicking as crazy. If everything is all right, then I should probably set the text, which will be if the player X is true. Of course, I will set capital X. Otherwise, I will set capital O. Once I set something for player X, I probably should swap the order so that the other player will get opportunity to play the game. This way I have the actions and I need to again bind them. Thanks to existence of the board, all I need to do is just go through each button in the board and set the on-click listener for it. So the on-click listener, what it will do, it will just create call actions. Actions will be probably nicer, and pass in it as a button. Because we are here sure that it is a button, therefore it's relatively safe. If you would like to make sure that it is a button, you always can button. This I'm not covering the variables, which is good. And also you can do the check if it is a button eventually. But for me, and for this tiny, super tiny scenario, it should be more than enough to go this way. If I run the game, I should have all the functionality needed for starting the game, which will erase everything. And clicking, while clicking on the buttons, it should put there X or 0 or O. So let's see. starting game, should erase everything. I can click. You see that even if I'm clicking multiple times on the same button, it's doing nothing. Okay, I filled everything and I've clicked start game, everything is gone. So what's left to be done is just implement the game rules. I might not have enough time to implement everything, so I will let you actually to implement the rest of it, and please share your experience with me later on. But I will show you how you can do it relatively quickly and relatively easily. I will create game status check. What will game status check do? It will be checking, and I need to provide it with scenarios of what should be checked. To be checked. For that definition, I will use just array of. It will contain another array of. And here in this array of, what I will insert is the position of the items in the board. So first, 0, 1, 2. This is the line. And of course, what I can do, I can add quickly another line. This line will be 3, 4, 5. And I will also add 6, 7, 8. With this, I covered all 3 lines, and I will show you how to cover the first column. And for you, what will be left at this column, and diagonals. Okay, 0. Here I'm defining the first column, 0, 3, 6. By the way, if you are not sure which IDs are those, you can just see it here. This is the column 0, 3, 6, 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8. Everything is pretty much ready. Now we need to do the game control check. So all I need to do is just go through the lines and to be checked. Once I have the line, all I need to do is just to map the positions of the line to the board. Board position of the line and get text from that given button. Once I have all the buttons, the map outputs as a list. I just need to join it. I join it to string, and I will use the separator as empty. Result, voila. All what is almost left is just to type result equals XXX. If it's XXX or result is O, it means that someone is winner. By the way, I'm not going to handle the draw if everything is full and nobody can click any further. I will let that for you. It's just one extra tiny small check. Here, if the result found something, all what I need to do, I would like to write the status into the game status. Player and the business of the Kotlin is just this result. I will take the first letter of it. There, and I will end the game. Game is 1, 2, 4. What I can say, I would like this game status check to be run on each and every click and each and every change, which means that all I need to do, go here and under player equals not player. I will put here my game status check and run yeah. Game status, and I can start playing. X, O, X, O, X, and voila, player X is a winner, and if everything is right, I can keep on clicking, and nothing is really going to happen. If I click start new game, everything is cleared, and I can start here. And again, player X is a winner, which is great. I will also try to show you the version where the player O is a winner, so that you believe me that it's really covering both scenarios. I will leave the rest to you. I believe that I showed everything and how it should be running. This was a relatively speed run, so I hope that you will try to replicate it at home in covering all scenarios. Here, as I said, you are supposed to add the left out scenarios, which means to add check of this column, and also check of the diagonals. This is all from me for today. Looking forward to see you. And if you will have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or to us on our Slack channel.